Hello, in this video we're going to go over the two assignments in Unit 1, Activity 3. And so the first assignment is called Verbal Cues. And so what you're going to do is watch and listen to a CBC News report, and that report is called Calls for Ontario to Renew Restrictions Amid COVID-19 Spike. And so you can watch that video right here. And as you're paying attention to as you're watching this video, pay attention to the verbal cues that we discussed in the content section of this activity, because each of the questions that you're going to have to answer when you're done is going to relate to one of the verbal cues. So if we go down here, it says, after watching the news report, answer the following questions. Use complete sentences when answering the questions. Most questions will require 3 to 4 sentences to fully answer the question. That's an important point. With these questions, you don't just want to give one-sentence answers. If you're not expanding your points and providing examples, you're not fully answering the questions. And you'll see that each question is worth 4 marks each. So you don't just want to give me one-sentence answers. You want to expand your points. And so, for example, number 1, it says, describe the tone in the news report. So what is the tone in this news report? Provide examples from the report to support your description of the tone. So use details or examples from things that are said in the report that show the tone. Number 2, identify 2 important words in the news report, words that are necessary to understand the report's message. Define the 2 words. So choose 2 words. Maybe they might be words that are unfamiliar to you, but 2 words that you can tell are important to understanding what they're saying. And so this video is about COVID-19 and possible new restrictions that are going to be placed on Ontario. And so the words you choose are going to have something to do with that topic, with explaining that topic, because I don't want you to choose words that are just random and vague and don't relate to the topic. So choose 2 important words and define them. So find a definition for that word and write it down in your answer. Number 3, explain how intonation is used in the news report. Provide 2 examples where the speaker raises his or her voice or pauses for emphasis. So you'll see in this video there's going to be a number of speakers, so you don't have to focus on one particular speaker, but find at least 2 examples in this video where one of the speakers raises his or her voice or pauses or does something with their voice to attract attention or to change the way they're speaking. That's what we mean by intonation, is the changing or adding variety into your speech pattern. And then number 4, describe 2 examples of background sounds that are used in the news report. So they'll go to a few different locations in the news report, and can you identify any background sounds that they use? Just again, make sure you give me 2 examples here. And then lastly, number 5, explain the overall perspective or message in the news report. Provide examples from the report to support your explanation. So what do you think is the message here? They're talking about COVID-19 and possibly new restrictions being placed on Ontario. Do the people in the video that are speaking, do they agree? Is their perspective that there should be more restrictions, or are they against new restrictions? So see if you can provide what is their overall perspective and provide evidence or examples that prove that. When you're done these questions, check your spelling and grammar, and as always, go up to the drop box, click on it, and submit your answers. For assignment 2, this is actually the ending of Unit 1. It's a short unit. It's only 3 activities, and so I provided you a review. This is not graded, as you'll see. There's no marks listed here. But what you're going to do is you're going to download the Unit 1 review. You're going to answer the questions to demonstrate that you understand the material in the unit. I won't grade it, but I will give you feedback on it. So I still want you to submit it to the Dropbox. And what the goal here is this is supposed to help you prepare for our midterm test at the ending of Unit 2, and eventually for our final exam at the ending of the course after Unit 4. And so we're going to do a review now, so hopefully we're going to create the notes that you need. If you do this review, save your answers, and you've essentially created the notes you need to study for the midterm test and eventually the final exam. Also, if you do have any questions after you do the review or after you finish the unit, if you have any questions about any of the material in Unit 1, please let me know. Just to give you a little visual of what the Unit 1 review looks like, when you download it, this is what it'll look like. The part A will deal with parts of speech, so we'll have a little review exercise on nouns, pronouns, and verbs, adjectives and adverbs, conjunctions and prepositions. So what you'll do in each one is you'll underline one part of speech and bold the other. So in these 6 sentences, and I've done the first one in each one for you, we've underlined the nouns and we've bold the verb. Okay, and so you'll go through those 3 parts of speech activities, and then part B will go through the learning strategies that we've done throughout Unit 1. So that would be the reading, writing, and listening strategies. And so if you're having trouble with any of these answers, just go right back into the activities and reread the content, and you should find the answers for all of these questions. So you'll see the narrative text, informational text, and graphic text in Activity 1. You'll see scanning and skimming and inferences in Activity 2. Scanning, skimming, and inferences was in Activity 1 as well. You'll see the writing before, during, and after, the 3 parts of the paragraph, and plagiarism all in Activity 2. And then you'll see tips for being a good listener, and the verbal cues are in Activity 3. So if you go through these 9 questions, you should have a pretty good understanding of the learning strategies we covered. And that will be it. Again, once you're done with the Unit 1 review, you can submit it to the Dropbox, and you are done Unit 1 of this course. If you have any questions, please let me know.